Good evening. We begin tonight with our continuing coverage of the Greer Fire, which is tearing through the White Mountains, forcing hundreds to evacuate their homes in the Eager and Springerville area. This is new video from Sky 12 that was captured earlier today. You can see what crews are dealing with up there.
We've also learned tonight that the fire has now grown more than 7,000 acres with no containment. And tonight, fire crews have another uphill battle against them. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly is live at a staging area just a few miles away from the flames. Chase, what's the latest?
Mark Reba, I'll tell you, a lot has changed within the past 24 hours of this fire starting. We have learned that 400 fire personnel are now battling this fire, with more on the way. We also learned that the flames have crossed over Highway 261, which we were just standing on yesterday, and that has forced dozens of homes to be evacuated. The skies west of Eager were filled with smoke from a fire burning just a few miles away.
It's going to be a long night.
Tiffany Davila with the State Department of Forestry and Fire Management says going into Thursday, crews are focusing on containment and protecting homes. The fire has doubled in size since Tuesday night because of incredibly strong winds pushing it closer to town.
The fire, again, was very active with extreme fire behavior, again, due to the winds. This is a wind-driven fire.
What did make a difference Wednesday? For the first time, helicopters were able to make bucket drops on the fire, with scoopers also dropping water from above.
It's very beneficial because some of the parts of the fire are inaccessible, so we really have to rely on that aircraft to work those parts of the fire.
Even with that progress, the fire kept pushing through, creating a new round of evacuations. We watched as sheriff's deputies went door to door, telling people to leave immediately, leaving these green tags on their mailboxes to show no one was home. Neighbors helped this small ranch load up their goats, dogs, and horses. Other evacuees like Shannon Miller did their own fire protection before going, setting sprinklers around her home, hoping it will help.
Just pray to God that my home's here when I get back and everyone else in town is safe.
While we saw many leave with what they could, Jerry Porter is staying.
Everything about me says I want to stay and protect my home, but I know that, you know, my life is worth more than that, but I'm going to stay.
Saying he isn't going anywhere until he can see flames from his own backyard. In the meantime, he has his trailer packed up with the essentials, clothes, water, prescriptions, some photos. But the more he thinks about it, the more he feels like something is missing.
You know, you start thinking about pictures and stuff from childhood and your kids' stuff, your grandkids' the cards that my grandkids have given me for my birthday every year since they've been alive. It's like, what do you take and what do you leave?
Praying that if it does come to that time where he has to leave, his home will still be here.
We're all praying for you, and stay safe, and let's not have any tragedies. We don't want to lose any lives.
Fire officials also told us that right now investigators are going to the location where they believe this fire started. They said it was on private property, and from there they will determine what exactly caused this fire. We're live in Eager. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
All right, Chase, thanks. Let's bring in meteorologist Lindsay Riley. And Linz, there were red flag warnings all day today.
Yeah.
Have the winds started to die down tonight?
They have, and they will be pretty light through the overnight. And they will pick up again tomorrow, but I'm assuming we're not going to have any additional red flag warnings. So we're done with that. We're done with the wind advisories. Winds will be a little bit lighter out there tomorrow, sustained out of the west at about 10 to 15 with gusts up to 25. So definitely less than those 40-mile-per-hour gusts that we've been consistently seeing over the last couple of days. Here's where the fire is burning right now. Just south of the 260. Here's Eager and there's Greer, so you can get the geography there. As of right now, this is where the majority of the smoke is. So the wind and that smoke plume is going to expand during the overnight as those winds lighten up. This is where the smoke will be at 7 a.m. and you can see pretty widespread. But as that wind begins to pick up from the west tomorrow afternoon, we're going to see a more confined plume going toward the New Mexico state state lines. This is 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. Wind gusts through the overnight. We're looking at a 10 to 20 mile per hour gust, pretty light through the overnight. And then they'll pick up as we get into tomorrow afternoon at about 20 to 25 miles per hour, but below advisory and warning criteria. On the fire lines overnight, temperatures will be in the 30s and 40s, and during the day tomorrow, we'll start off in the 50s at 8 a.m. and rise into the mid to upper 60s. It will be a dry, sunny day, continued low relative humidity, but not as windy as today and yesterday. Mark?
All right, Linz, thanks. And make sure you have the 12 Plus streaming app. Download it on your TV so you can watch for free. That's where we'll bring you the latest on the Greer Fire and any other wildfires that pop up across the state.